All right, let's dive in. Today we're talking about something that's really at the heart of respect and identity, gender pronouns. We're going to get into why they matter so much and, how to get them right.
Right. So you might think, pronouns. He, she, they're just little words, right? Just a tiny piece of grammar that we don't think much about. But here's the thing, and this is so important. For a whole lot of folks, especially in the LGBTQ plus community, getting those pronouns right, it's huge. It's not just grammar. It's everything. It's the difference between being completely overlooked and feeling like you actually exist, like you're seen for who you really are.
So why is that? Why do these little words carry so much weight? Let's dig into the human side of it all.
First off, it really just boils down to respect. Simple as that. When you use someone's correct pronouns, what you're really saying is, hey, I see you, I get who you are, and I respect that.
And that feeling of respect, it sends a huge signal. It tells a person that this is a safe space, a place where they can actually be themselves without having to put up a guard.
I mean, just flip that for a second. Imagine being called the wrong thing over and over again. Even if it's by accident, it's just draining. It wears you down. So when someone gets it right, it's like this weight is lifted. It just takes away a whole layer of stress.
And all of this, the respect, the safety, the lower stress, it all builds up to trust. It's this one small thing you can do that shows you're an ally, that you're someone they can count on. It's a huge deal.
Okay, so that's the why. We get why this is so important. Now let's just make sure we're all on the same page with the what. Let's get the basic definitions down.
And really, it's super simple. A pronoun is just a shortcut, right? It's a word we use so we don't have to keep saying someone's name. Instead of Jordan did this and then Jordan did that, we can just say they or he or she.
So what are we talking about here? Well, you've got the ones you see all the time, she, her, he, him, and of course the singular they, them, which is super common. You might also see people use a mix, like she/they, or even neopronouns, like z/zer.
Okay, now this is probably the most important rule of all. You just can't guess someone's pronouns. Not by how they look, how they talk, what their name is, none of it works. The only way you'll ever know for sure, you have to listen when they tell you. That's it.
All right, let's talk about the singular they for a sec. I know. For some of us, it can feel a little weird grammatically, like it's breaking a rule that was drilled into our heads in English class.
But here's the funny part. You already use it all the time. You probably just don't notice. Think about it. If you see a phone on a table, you'd say, oh, someone left their phone. See? You just used it. It's totally natural, and it's been around forever.
So we've covered the why and the what. Now for maybe the most important part, the how. What does this actually look like in real life? What are the practical things we can all do?
So if you don't know someone's pronouns, it's totally fine to ask. What pronouns do you use works. But here's a pro tip. An even better way is to lead by example. Just introduce yourself with your own pronouns. Hi, I'm Alex and I use he, him. It just makes the whole thing normal and doesn't single anyone out.
And there are so many easy ways to make this a normal part of life. You can pop your pronouns in your social media bio, add them to your email signature, say them when you're doing intros in a meeting. All these little things help make it a non-issue, just a standard thing we all do.
Okay, this next bit is super important because, listen, we're human. Mistakes are gonna happen. So what do you do when you mess up and use the wrong pronoun?
First things first, don't panic. Seriously, it happens to pretty much everyone at some point. The goal here isn't to be perfect, it's just to be respectful when you correct yourself. Making a mistake doesn't mean you're a bad person. What really counts is what you do next.
And honestly, the fix is so simple. You just correct yourself, say a quick sorry, and move on. Like, I saw him, she, at the store. That's it. What you don't want to do is make a huge deal out of it. A long apology just makes it awkward and puts the focus on you. Just keep it short, sweet, and get back to the conversation.
All right, let's bring this all home. What's the bottom line? What's the one big thing to remember from all of this?
At the end of the day, this isn't a grammar lesson. It's not about memorizing a bunch of rules. It's way simpler and way more important than that. It's about seeing someone as a human being and showing them that you respect who they are.
So it all comes down to this. If someone shares their pronouns with you, use them. That's it. That's the whole thing. It's such a small act, but it says so much. It shows respect, and it helps make the world a little bit safer and more welcoming for everybody. So I'll leave you with a question to chew on.
What's one little thing you can do, starting today, to help make someone else feel seen? Thanks for tuning in.